A year-long journey around the globe has seen the world's best archers compete in Shanghai, Turkey's seaside town of Antalya, Salt Lake City and Berlin. And it's all been towards this, the final. Welcome to Samsun. The stage winners qualified automatically, so the lineup starts with Lee Woo-seok, defending champion Kim Woojin, the host nations Mete Gazoz, and Mauro Nespoli of Italy. They're joined by the ranking qualifiers Steve Wijler, Brady Ellison, and Taylor Worth. Turkey's host nation spot goes to underdog Fatih Bozlar. So it's time to find out who will be crowned the 2018 Hyundai Archery World Cup Recurve Men's Champion. And here we are looking down the 70-meter range, and it's the Recurve men who will step into the spotlight here in the Black Sea port town of Samsun. The conditions, well, they've actually been okay given what was forecast. It's 22 degrees, the wind is blowing steadily, but there's been no rain, and that was a big threat. Potentially still looming over us. I'm Karen Bashir, and joining me, Dutch international archer and the 2016 silver medalist in this event, Chef van den Berg. Chef, weather's been okay.
Weather's been okay, and I'm really looking forward to this class of all these titans.
Yeah, well, we've got coming thick and fast here in Samsun. We've got 4 quarterfinals coming up, one after another, and they'll immediately be followed by the semi-finals and then our medal matches, and we will crown our final champion here in Samsun a little ahead of 5 p.m. local time. The season's been building up to this, and this is the final action of the 2018 season. Like I said, the matches come thick and fast, and we're going to start with the first quarter-final. We work from the bottom of the draw up, and that means our first match will be between Dutch archer Steve Wijler, who's ranked 4th for the competition, and Kim Woojin from Korea, ranked 2nd. Here is the full bracket. Mauro Nespoli against Lee at the top of the order. The winner of that will face the winner of Ellison and Bozlar. At the bottom of the draw, Taylor Worth from Australia, the only Australian to be competing here, goes up against another Turkish athlete, Mete Gazoz. But we're going to start with Kim Woojin and Steve Wijler. There they are. Let's welcome them to the range here in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve Men's quarterfinal match number 1.
Bayanlar, baylar, klasik ve erkekler çeyrek finalinin ilk maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, the actual number 3 in the world, representing the Republic of Korea.
1 numaralı hedef, Kore'den
Kim Woojin. And his competitor is the actual ranked number 1 archer in the world. On target 2, representing the Netherlands.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef, Hollanda'dan
Steve Wijler. The line judge for this session is
maçın çizgi hakemi
Hannah Brown. The target judge for this session is
maçın hedef hakemi
Alexandra Vecchio Passerini.
Well, you will shoot second. Okay. Are you both ready? Both ready?
Target 1 shooting first.
So target 1 is shooting first. Range is clear. Let's begin the match.
Well, here we go. It's Kim Woojin of Korea on target 1 and Steve Wijler of the Netherlands on target 2. Kim qualified by winning the stage in Shanghai. Steve Wijler qualified as a ranked athlete, and it's Kim to get us off the mark.
So not the start we are used to see from Kim, but
Well, a brilliant start from Steve Vire. Right down the middle of the target.
The best arrow I have seen today, and especially on a fresh target. That's amazing.
That'll settle Kim's nerves for sure. Another 10. It's a good display so far from the Dutch athlete. Good shooting from Kim, an 8, 10 and 9, but a big opportunity for Vire to steal the set here. It's on the line, it's a perfect 30 and a perfect start for Dutch archer Steve Vire, and I wonder just how close that first arrow was to the spider.
I think the spider disappeared. I think he killed it.
Well, I think we may well get a look at where that first arrow landed. Here we go. Let's see how. Well, look at those 3 red arrows from Steve Vire.
Yeah, great group. And Kim Woojin doesn't have a bad group either, but it's minus 13, minus 0.13 centimeters. So like minus a mil. Yeah.
From the center of the target. That's a brilliant start. Now, you've been out there.
First, you have
what
2
is
points,
it like
so you will
to
shoot second.
shoot an arrow like this
Well,
to
this
start
is,
things off?
I think this arrow is pretty much the exact thing you want if you're on a finals field like this, and it must have felt great for him to shoot an arrow as good as this.
A super start from Vire. He leads the way, taking the set points. Remember, it's 6 points these athletes are after. The scores are wiped clean, and we start the second set. Defending champion Kim Woojin will shoot first.
It's a good 10. Seems like he's dialed in.
Denk net erbuiten, linksom rekening.
His coach says that it's probably just out, and he has a scope there, so he might be able to see it a bit better than we do. Adjusting his sight there. He has shot mostly left arrows, so I'm suspecting he adjusted his sight to the left and maybe a couple clicks downwards as well. That was not a good shot from Steve. He wasn't pleased with that. He had a reaction to it immediately when he released it. So.
Well, holding on a bit longer in this set, Kim Woojin scores a 28, a 10 required for Vire to share the set points. Anything less will be all square.
Yeah, well, he does it. So 28 is a pretty decent score, but in Kim's position, he probably needs to shoot more than 28 to get back in this match, because from what I've understood from our coach and from Steve himself is that he's feeling really well.
Yeah, interesting stuff. And we talked about process that each individual athlete is used to. As we look back at the 10s from that set, Kim Woojin was holding on a little bit longer. Steve Vire, well, anything you can do, I could do too. But we talk about the process and the individual process the athletes go through. I've noticed here the foot positions of both the athletes very different.
Yeah.
Kim Woojin
Target 1 is
has
shooting
his feet
first.
almost level. In
Brady's
fact,
clear.
it looks like his right foot's
Shoot.
slightly back. Steve Vire's the other way round on the shooting line.
Yeah, so we call that a closed or an open stance. Kim has a closed stance, as we call it, so that's pretty much, as you would say, parallel to the target or to the shooting direction. Steve has more of an open stance, which means that if he turns his shoulders in, there's a natural tension in his abdominal region, and that might help him be a little more stable.
Kim still trailing by those 2 points, and he'll shoot first, as is the way in archery.
Yeah, not too pleased with that shot, but I'm sure everybody saw that. Bit of a slow shot. He's still low. Yeah, he's adjusting his sight.
Nog eens goed, jongen. Laat maar zien.
Seems like he's struggling a bit to keep his side pin in the middle, and he's having to correct his shots quite a bit. That might be nerves. It's difficult to say from here. That's definitely not nerves.
Well, a good indicator if you're new to archery is that all the bits hanging off the bow, if they're moving around, they're not as stable as the archer would like them to be. And 26 for Via will be confirmed once the first arrow is measured. Could be promoted to 27, but it's still not going to be enough. And Kim has got a big smile on his face because he's drawn level.
Yeah, maybe not just because he's drawn level, but I think he was communicating with his team members on the benches. But yeah, he seems comfortable in this match, and he seems to be quite relaxed and having fun.
Well, he's started to dial in, as you put it. Let's have a look at what he did in the last set there.
And Kim is a very, very good example of how to release the string.
I was just about to say, Chef, we haven't seen the trademark adjustment of the glasses. Just as I was about to say it, up he pops Kim Woojin.
He does it again just for you.
All part of the process for him. So Kim, who shot first in the first set, will shoot first here because the scores are level.
It was a bit of a tense release, I would say. His fingers didn't quite open as relaxed as he wanted to. So if you take a look at Kim's right hand at the moment of release, you can see that his finger is barely open. It's just that he relaxes his fingers and the string will pull through his fingers. So yeah, Kim is a very good example of yeah, how you should release and how you should shoot in general. So is Steve, but Steve has a little bit more input of his own in his technique. So the angles in his body are a bit different than conventional.
Kim can put this out of reach with a 10, but he goes with an 8. Obviously not happy with that.
So Steve can put this away now with a 10. A bit wobbly. Just
9, so level pegging, and they share the set points, and we move into the 5th set with everything level. And Kim Woojin shooting so well that, as we've seen before, one stray arrow can really cause a big problem for the athletes. And we get to look at all of his arrows now, and there's a grouping all together. But that 8 up and to the right. Yeah,
the grouping is good, but it's not in the right place. Normally from Kim, if he has a group like this, it'll at least be in the middle. But now he has 2 straight 8s, and the rest is just a little low.
Yeah, interesting.
Target 1, shooting first.
So far away from everything else. But it's level pegging. Notice that Sivaya gets to the end of his draw and then has a sort of secondary slower movement with his elbow coming backwards.
Yeah, that's we call that movement the extending, and Kim gets so close to the clicker, the point of clicking, that he doesn't have to move so much. So for Steve, that the amount of point that he needs to still get through the clicker is a bit more, and that means that his elbow has to move a bit more.
But there's a definite slowing down. He gets to a point, there's a stop, and then there's another slow movement at the end.
So the beginning of the draw doesn't really matter if you do it really fast or really slow, and in the end you want to be a bit more controlled, so you can pull it back quite fast in the beginning and then have a controlled movement up until the click.
It's very interesting to have that complete contrast of styles between the two athletes. See there, that final movement at the elbow.
Not the best shot, but he corrected it and it still hit the 10. Kim seems nervous on this last arrow.
He's under pressure for sure. Could be decided on this.
A long hold.
The pressure now all on the Dutch archer. He's got to score a 10. And it's a 9.
It's a 9. So Kim Woojin wins this first match in what I would say a clash of titans.
Yeah, well, it's the bronze medalist from the 2017 Worlds in Mexico who's gone out. The defending champion from Rome last year goes through and continues the defense of the title he won in Rome, and he actually won it in Tokyo in 2012. There is confirmation that Kim Woojin's progress here in Samsun will continue as he makes it into the semi-finals. Crowd packed out here, and they were delighted to see some high-quality archery, starting with that brilliant 10.
I would say
13 millimeters away from the spider.
Not even. I think it was 0.1 millimeters away from the spider.
There you go. Brilliant stuff. But the man with the glasses has made it through. Kim Woojin wins quarter-final number 1. Well, that's it for the first quarter-final. No time to hang around. The second quarter-final is coming up right away, and the crowd will get noisy because first time we see a Dutch archer this afternoon. Here is the draw. Right down at the bottom, Kim Woojin's progressed through against Steve Vire. Next up, the winner of the next match will face Kim Woojin, and it's Taylor Worth of Australia, the 7th seed, against the 5th seed, Mete Gazoz. Let's welcome them to the field of play here in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve men's quarter-final match number 2.
Bayanlar, baylar, klasik erkekler çeyrek finalin ikinci maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, the Olympic bronze medalist with the team representing Australia.
1 numaralı hedef Avustralya'dan
Taylor Worth. And his competitor, the European Junior Champion, on target number 2, representing Turkey.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef son dünya şampiyonu Türkiye'den
Mete Gazoz.
Gazoz, you're shooting first on target 2. Worth, you're shooting second, target 1. Okay, are you both ready? Ready? Target 2, shooting first. Range is clear. Begin the match.
Well, here we go. Mete Gazoz of Turkey on target 2 will shoot first. He's seeded 5th for the competition. He's up against the Australian Taylor Worth, who's seeded 7th. This is a repeat of the semi-final at the final stage of the Hyundai World Cup Series in Berlin. That time, it was Gazoz who won on a tie-break. He starts with a 10.
Push up. Thank you, Knight.
The match in Berlin was a very, very good match.
Çizgiyi transfere başla. Yaycız çıksın.
I think Taylor shot pretty much only 29s and Mete shot 28s and 30s, and in the end they got to tight score.
Güven kendine.
And then they had to do a shoot off, and even the shoot off was good, I think so. I remember watching the match and thinking this is very high level archery.
Transfere başla, devam et. Beş, 4.
Hold. Worked. Correcting the 8. I mean, 8's not a bad shot for Montos. And it's an immediate reply from Taylor Worth. And he said he got 29s in Berlin. Well, he started here in Samsun with a 29, and he's grabbed the first 2 set points.
Yeah, and the 29 is a very, very good score. If you translate that to 36 arrows, that translates to 348, which is very good. Then if you make it at 72 arrow round, that's 696. So that's only 4 points under the world record. So you can imagine that if you shoot a 29 in the match, you can be pretty okay, happy with that.
Yeah, well, he was having a little chat with his coach there. He's looking determined.
Okay, 0 points, you'll shoot first, and 2 points, you'll shoot second. Okay? Target 2, shooting first. Range is clear. Shoot.
Trailing by the 2 set points. Mete Gazoz will shoot first in the second set.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind that Mete made 1 mistake, but the other 2 arrows that were normal shots for him both went into the 10. So yeah, you shouldn't just write them off just yet.
Devam.
Certainly shouldn't.
Güzel. Al aşağıya. 9 o.
Slipping in the 9.
9 rahat ol, al aşağıya.
Push up, lift 9.
Devam dirsekle.
He seems to get away with a very long hold, which I think means that he's very strong in terms of handling his bow weight.
Devam sağ tarafta.
Lovely stuff. So Taylor Worth, well, he's got 29 in the first set. It's a 28 here, and the set points go to the home crowd favourite Mete Gazoz to draw things level. High quality again, Chef.
Very, very high quality, yeah.
Geçen göreyim ben seni.
It seems to be very relaxed.
Yeah, I think his coach and him are not only coach and archer, but also very good friends. So that helps his cause as well.
We look back at the last arrow from Gazoz, well, almost as good as his first one.
Aynen devam.
To nick your term, he does look dialed in.
Yeah.
The crowd have been entertained here by some spectacularly good archery. As things swap over from set to set, they're also given a bit
Target
of a
2,
warm-up
shooting first.
by our stadium
Range is
announcer.
clear.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I think if you're the host country and you have somebody who's as good as Mete is, you need to use that and you need to exploit that a bit.
İyi çekiş ol.
Well, with things tied
Sağ
up.
dirsek gelsin, yay
Mete
düşsün.
Gazoz
Aferin
leading the way
be,
out
şurada
in this set.
Bravo.
9.
Eline sağlık, şuraya harika, atış harika. Aynen.
Taylor has a very straight, very normal looking technique. If you look at Mete, he stretches his arm out and his shoulder out before he shoots, and it looks a bit odd. But well, this year he's been making it work really, really well for him.
And just 19, remember, just 19 years old. He potentially could go on for many years, he's already at the top.
Yeah. Taylor seems very, very conserved.
Another good finish from Gazoz, but 9 is enough for Worth to steal the set. Oh, and it is, but only just.
It did look like an okay shot, but I think he has something to say about it himself, Taylor. It's he was not too happy with where it landed, but it was enough to get this set, and I'm sure he realizes that.
Yeah, interesting match again here in Samsun. So Worth took the lead, Gazoz fought back, and now Worth taking the lead again. Potentially 2 more sets to go, but if Worth can carry on shooting like this, he could do it in the next set. 2 10s, followed up by the 9, which was all that he needed to win the 2 set points.
Worth, you got 4 points, you will shoot second. Target 2 is shooting first. Range is clear. Shoot.
Looking pretty focused there. And there are the Turkish crowd. How much longer they'll be smiling. So now Gazoz will shoot first this time because he's trailing.
Devam. Biraz alsa.
Last 3 arrows were all on the right, not far. I mean, he shot a 10 and 3 9s, I think, but all a bit on the right, so he might want to adjust his side a little. You can see a very smooth drawback from Mete. And as soon as he hits his face with his hand, he's found his anchor basically. So no mocking around there.
Holding on again, both in the same place.
And now he adjusts his side a bit.
Good shot.
Good looking shot from Taylor from a distance, but didn't quite hit the middle. There you see Mete with his shoulder and arm routine just before his shot.
Devam et dirsekle. Yay düz çıksın.
Poor arrow this one.
Devam. 4.
Inside 5 seconds.
2.
I think in the end, you probably just had to let that one go. You can hear the coach counting down.
Yeah.
That it's Taylor Worth who needs a 10 to take victory here. It's a 9, so points shared. So he didn't quite do it in 4 sets, but he has kept his 2-point lead as we approach the 5th set. And he really does look like he's completely focused on this one.
Yeah. He does do that. He didn't show any emotion in the Berlin final either, I think.
We get the comparison of all the arrows so far here, Chef.
I think objectively, if I look at the groups, they're pretty much the same size, but Mete is just not centered. So Taylor has some more 9s, but Mete is, I don't know what he's doing, but he should adjust his side a little, if he doesn't already.
Yeah, well, there we go. They all sort of drifted off to the right a little bit. Some are a little below the spider as well.
Target 2 is shooting first.
Solid stuff.
Range is clear.
From
Shoot.
Taylor Worth, though. Oh, Aussie grit take him over the line. It's time for the 5th set here. The Recurve men's quarterfinal between Mete Gazoz on your left and
Yay
Taylor
düz çıksın
Worth
elinden.
on
Bitir şu
Australia
atışı.
on your right.
Güzel.
Good shot, beautiful.
That was a much better shot than the ones that we've seen the previous ends.
İyi bitir. Yay düz çıksın.
All the energy that he put in the arrow was straight to the middle.
Good reply from Gazoz. So the scores are level here. All Taylor Worth has to do is match whatever Mete Gazoz does here, and he will win the match. 9.
So if he hits the gold, in this match.
Oh, and he finishes with a beautiful 10, close to the other 10 he scored, and takes the match 7-3. The home crowd politely applauding, and Mete Gazoz with a gracious handshake as well. Taylor Worth up against it with the crowd behind him, as well as Mete Gazoz has made it through, and he will face Kim Woojin in the semi-finals.
He looks a little relieved, but he looks ready for the next match. He's not joking around with this. I think he really wants to go for that gold medal and not just for the first round.
Yeah, well, good stuff from the Australian. He shot solidly throughout the match. Nothing out of the 9 ring for him as we look back on that quarterfinal, the second of 4. A couple of stray arrows did it for Mete Gazoz. Taylor Worth dug deep, kept his concentration, and he's through to the semi-finals of the Recurve men's event. And a gracious handshake from Mete Gazoz. Aussie green and gold making it through to the semi-finals. So 2 down, 2 to go. Our next quarter-final features another Turkish athlete, the host nation pick, in fact, of Fatih Bozlar. As we just have a catch-up on how we look at this point, Taylor Worth and Kim Woojin filling the bottom half of the draw. Let's go and find out who will fill the top half of the draw as Fatih Bozlar and Brady Ellison wait in the wings. Let's welcome them out onto the field of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve men's quarterfinal match number 3.
Bayanlar baylar klasik erkekler çeyrek finalin 3. maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, 3 times World Cup Finals winner representing the United States of America.
1 numaralı hedef 3 kez Dünya Kupası final şampiyonu Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'nden
Brady Ellison. And his competitor, the local matador from Samsun, on target 2 representing Turkey.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef milli sporcumuz Samsun'un gururu Türkiye'den
Fatih Bozlar.
Are you ready? You ready? Okay, you will shoot first. And you'll take shoot second. Okay. Target 1 is shooting first. The range is clear. Let's begin the match.
So here we go. Brady Ellison came through to the competition on ranking. The American is the 6th seed here, and he's up against the host nation pick of Fatih Bozlar, who is seeded 8. 4-time winner Brady Ellison up against Samsun local
10,
Bozlar.
9, 8.
So Fatih is undeniably the underdog in this match, but that might also give him a little bit of an advantage.
Well, the crowd, well, they're the loudest they have been.
Yeah.
Ten, 9, 8.
And I know that Brady has a very big following in Turkey as well, but I'm guessing that the Turkish archers in the audience are too patriotic to also cheer for Brady.
7 there. Gives Brady Ellison an opportunity to capitalise here. If he can put this out of reach with this
9,
arrow.
8,
He needs
7.
a 9. He gets a 10, and 2 set points are Brady Ellison's.
Bu iyiydi, bu daha iyiydi.
Both to the right. He's looking at his coach with a doubtful look, but
Nişan yatma.
he adjusted his sight, so I'm sure next time he'll be more centered.
Just like that, stand your bubble,
Look
right?
at Ellison scoring his first 10. And then his second with a third arrow. Good grouping for those. But you have to say that the first one was a sighter.
Yeah.
And the second two just got closer to the centre. Now, how often do you see a female coach coaching a male athlete, Chef?
Not very often, but in this case it's
Okay,
also
at
his
0
wife, so
points, you
that
shoot
might have
first.
something to do with
Ellison,
it.
you have 2, you shoot second.
And I don't think it matters if you have a female
Target
or a
2,
male
shooting
coach, but there
first,
just
the
happen to
range
be
is
more
clear.
male coaches on the field.
Shoot.
Shooting second.
Well, we're going to start the second set here. Can Fatih Bozlar upset Brady Ellison here? He's making him work hard for the
Kafayı
win
basma
in
lan.
the quarterfinal in his hometown.
Al nişan yaydı.
He hit
Güzel atış,
within
atışı
the
iyiydi.
group of the last two arrows, but
Hava iyice
still
durdu.
not in the middle, so might want to adjust his sight even more or adjust his shot
10,
if that's not up to
9,
par.
8, 7. Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
Haydi.
Yeah. A good 9. Not a very special
Kafayı
shot at
basma
all,
Fatih.
but still hit the gold.
Wobble there from Bozlar. But he puts it into the 10.
Aferin Fatih, aferin. Devam aynı şekilde.
Then. Yeah, there it is. Good job.
It
Just
seems
like
that every time Bozlar gets a 10,
Kafayı basmadan
Ellison
sağ taraf
follows
gelecek.
up with a 10 of his own.
Aferin. Tamam.
It's a second 10 now for Bozlar. First time he's done that in the match. A 9 though is enough to share the set points.
Nişan yayladık.
8, 7. Yeah, good job.
It is a 9,
Okay.
so
Good
Ellison goes to 28.
Like
And Bozlar will be pleased
Acele
to
etme.
get off the zero
Ama
on the
kafayı
scoring.
da basma.
I think
Bitirmek
so,
için
yeah.
acele ederken bazen kafayı basıyorsun keşke. Acele etme. Sakin bir şekilde geriye doğru geldiğini hisset ve dinlemek gitsin.
Here's
Son iki ok harikaydı.
the 2 10s from Bozlar, the 8 going out right. But he corrected it, and a couple of 10s.
Gene biz
Some
başlayacağız.
good shooting. We just saw Boslar's coach there talking to him. Something about the hold? What would he have been talking
Avantajı
about?
I
kullanalım
think it was
Fatih.
about the
Bu
release,
seti
and
alıyoruz, hadi oğlum.
I'm not sure what it is about his release, but I'm sure that because Göktürk has been an archer before, it's easier for him to show what's wrong than explain it with words. So
Target 2, shooting first.
it's logical to see him pretend like he's an archer himself.
Can it be helpful to have that level of technical advice on a finals?
It
range?
could be, depending on what you're struggling with at that moment. If you're shooting outside of the goal because of the wind and somebody's starting to give you technical advice, that might just be in the way of your road to the win. So
Aferin.
I think it has its moments.
Well, whatever the coach said, it seems to have worked.
10, 9. Yeah, yeah.
And again,
Good job.
Boslar
Good
scores a
job,
10, and Ellison, the 4-time champion of this event, follows it up with a 10 of his own.
And another
Hadi,
right
ortada
though,
kalalım.
red one.
Sırada kalalım Fatih.
Seems to be a bit annoyed by it. Being annoyed won't help you.
10, 9. Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Just like that, babe.
That's possibly the best 2 consecutive arrows we've seen. And that was the compound men's champion Chris Schaff on the right there. In shot, looking on, supporting his teammate. Another 10, a second one of this set for Bozlar. But a 7 will draw things up, and 8, or
10,
anything better,
9.
will be another 2
8.
points for Ellison.
Yeah, good job.
It's a
Good job.
9. 2 strong 10s right next to each other, followed by a 9, and it's 2 more set points for the American. And the favourite for this particular quarter-final now leads by 5 set points to 1.
Yeah, Fatih seems to be struggling a bit. He either shoots a 10, so a really good arrow, or a really bad arrow. So
but these two 10s from Brady Ellison are absolutely stunning. Look how close this second one is.
Yeah, he's definitely on a roll at the moment.
Okay, Bozlar, you have 1 point, you'll shoot first.
That must be very hard for him when he's got a struggle of his own personal battle.
Yeah.
And then the other guy's shooting so well.
Target 2 is shooting
I'm
first.
suspecting that Fatih isn't battling his own battle, but he's more shooting against Brady in his mind, and that will make him more nervous than he would have been if he would just shoot his own arrows.
The psyche of this sport really does. Well, you could talk about it for hours, given how simple the concept is.
Aferin,
It does
bravo.
make the sport very, very exciting.
Yeah, good job. There it is.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
Yeah, that was a great shot, and I don't think Steve in the audience. I'm sure he's still a bit upset about his loss, but he's also enough of an archery lover that he can just sit in the crowd and enjoy the rest of the matches.
Yeah, he will be disappointed, but
10.
Brady Ellison is doing a
Alright.
job here.
It's good.
This could well be the last arrow we see of Fatih Bozlar in his hometown in this event. 3 9s, a good finish, 27, but an 8 to win for Ellison.
10'dan daha değerli.
10, 9, 8. Yeah, good job.
He gets a 10, sorry, he gets a 9 by the looks of things, and takes the set and the 2 points to win 7-1. Brady Ellison, the 4-time champion, is still in the hunt for his 5th title. But hats off, indeed, hats off to Fatih Bozlar, who got a chance to compete not only on home soil, but in his hometown at the Hyundai Archery World Cup final of 2018. Brady Ellison was just too good in the end, and he'll go through to the semi-finals. Well, it would have been a massive upset, wouldn't it, Chef?
It would have been, yeah, but well, he did his best, and ironically, when I said he only shoots 10s or bad arrows, he shot 3 9s, and that just didn't cut it to get some more points off Brady.
Well, we look back over the match. Ellison
8,
was pretty
7.
imperious. He was solid throughout. And I think if I get a chance to look back on that match, it'd be impressive to see how close
9.
to the centre all his grouping was very, very small.
Yeah, it was very good.
Gets a fist bump from his wife. Brady Ellison progresses to the semi-finals. So, no time to sit around here. Brady Ellison is through. It's time to find out who he's going to face in the semi-finals. This is where we are so far. Just seeing Brady Ellison, well, easing past Fatih Bozlar of Turkey. So next up, our final quarter-final. It's Italy's Mauro Nespoli against Korea's Lee Woo-suk. There they are, waiting to come out. So let's welcome them to the field of play here in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve men's quarter-final match number 4.
Bayanlar baylar klasik ve erkekler çeyrek finalin 4. maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, the actual 4th in the world ranking, representing Italy.
1 numaralı hedef, dünya 4. sıralamasında bulunan İtalya'dan
Mauro Nespoli. On target target number 2, the actual rank number 2 in the world, representing Republic of Korea.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef. Dünya sıralamasında ikinci. Kore'den
Lee Woo-suk.
Okay, Lee, you will shoot first. Nespoli, you will shoot second, okay? Are you both ready? Lee, are you ready? Ready? Okay, target number 2 is shooting first. The range is clear. Begin the match.
Well, here we go. The top seed, Lee Woo-suk from Korea, is on target 2. He's going to be shooting first, and he's up against the 3rd seed, Mauro Nespoli of Italy.
You could just see Lee salute instead of waving his hands to the audience. I think that has something to do with him being in the army. And supposedly, I've heard that if he wins this competition, he doesn't have to be in the army anymore, so he can just go and full-time train.
Interesting insight. Well, they both start with 9s.
Oh.
Maybe upgraded measure.
Nespoli shoots a very, very high poundage. I think he's over 60 pounds. You can see that he's shaking a bit today, but I'm sure that you can see the difference in arrow speed between Lee Woo-suk and Mauro Nespoli. And it would make a difference if it was very windy.
Let's come back to that point as they both finished with 10s. There will be a measure to see whether the second arrow of Lee will be upgraded to a 10, but even if it isn't, he's done enough. Let's have a listen to
target
the
1,
target judge.
10, 9, 8, 27, okay. Target 2, 10, 10, 9, 29.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
The target judge was yesterday's judge for the compound event. So the 9 has been upgraded to a 10. I think we're going to see them here. You can't quite see it's obscured by the first arrow, which is definitely a 9, but obviously that one was clearly a 10, and he takes the first set 29 to 27.
Okay, you have 0 points, you will shoot
Obviously
first.
wrong
You
with,
have 2 points, you will shoot
Nespoli
second.
shooting.
Not yet, but it's it looks like he's very tense. He has a lot of vibration in his body, and the release isn't as smooth as it might have been in Salt Lake, for instance. And I think he's struggling a bit. He seems to be a bit tired, but it might just be nerves, and he might be over it by now.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned Salt Lake, that's how he qualified Mauro Nespoli, winning in Salt Lake City.
Yes,
And he seems to have settled his nerves. Lee Woo-suk was also automatic qualifier because he won back in Antalya, the World Cup stage on the Turkish coast, Mediterranean.
I didn't expect that to land in the 8. That was a pretty good looking shot. But you can see his elbow now. Mauro Nespoli's elbow is going back and forth, and his bow is vibrating and everything. So yeah, it would have a positive side, getting a very heavy poundage on your bow, because you would have your arrow less time in the air, so it doesn't have as much time to get influenced. But I'm not sure if it's always good if you're in a stressful situation.
Yes, yeah, but a second 10 and a fist pump from the Italian. 29 out of a possible 30, but Schaffelberg is an expert here, and he's seeing, getting an insight to some of the stuff that we won't notice ourselves. But despite that, Nespoli does secure the second set points and draws level at 2-all with Lee Woo-suk.
Thank you.
And it's interesting to see that what an effect one arrow can have. not only on the score but also the overall outcome in terms of their psyche as we look at all of the arrows shot so far.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing here. Yeah, Nespoli has 2 9s that are a bit high and right, and Woosuk has 2 9s that are left and low, but for the rest it's similar.
So you will shoot first.
Well, despite the tension, he was
Target
able to
2
shoot
is shooting
2 10s.
first.
You can clearly
Range
see
is clear.
the
Shoot.
elbow is drawing with shaking at the end.
Yeah, but he is a good example of also making it work. So even though he's shaking a bit now, but he's definitely struggling a bit. So Lee Woosuk's arrow goes 212 kilometers an hour.
9 basso, centrale, dai, buona.
So what's the speed?
242, so that's a 30 kilometers an hour difference. Yeah, especially if you think about Lee Woosuk not being a weak person at all. He's on a top level of archery, and yeah, the difference is very, very noticeable.
A couple of 10s so far. Can we get a perfect 30?
Not quite, but it's still good enough to get this set.
Yeah, put it out of reach with that 9. Elbow there, Nespoli moving perhaps more so than before.
10, preso.
As Chef says, he makes it work. But Lee Woosuk put that one too far away from Nespoli, and he's gone back into the lead here, scoring with a couple of beautiful 10s. You needed a 9 to finish it off, and here we look back at those 2 10s.
Yeah, Lee has a very, very good style. If it's up to me, he's very relaxed in his anchor and in his aiming routine, and his release is nice and crisp, and much contrary to Nespoli. No bad things about Nespoli, but he's a bit more tensed and a bit more. Well, his release is not how I would teach people to release, but
He'll shoot second.
oh well. He is in the World Cup final.
Okay,
He
target
is
1 is shooting first.
doing quite well.
Range is clear. Shoot.
Well, the line judge has declared the range safe to shoot. We go into the 4th set of the last men's quarterfinal here in Samsun.
Just compare this release. So the fingers completely open.
Buona,
now
quasi 10,
to
vicinissima, dai,
what
dai.
you see with Lee Woosuk, who's I think still the cadet world record holder at the 70 or the 60 meter round. So you didn't see those fingers open, and that's just because the tension on the fingers of Lee Woosuk is so much lower than the tension on Mauro Nespoli's fingers for holding all that poundage that, well, he cannot hold the swing without having to put a lot of tension on the fingers.
Second of the 2 Koreans to shoot here in Samsun.
Bit of a longer hold.
9 a sinistra. Vicina.
So a 10 required to win, and can he join Kim Woojin into the semi-finals? He gets a 9, so draws level on points. So the 2 will share those 2 set points now. Nespoli still trails by 2, but importantly, he's still in the match. Nespoli there having a chat with his coach. They seem to be chatting with each other, and we have a look at the arrows for Mauro Nespoli.
Yeah, so he has that 1-8 in the bottom, and the rest is just all gold. His group of 10s is a bit on the left, but I don't think he should be too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, it all looks pretty good, and even that 8's not that far away from the gold.
It's all right. No man overboard here.
Well, trailing by 2 still. Nespoli will shoot first. One more set here. This will either be concluded with a Lee win. Nespoli will draw level and will have a shoot-off.
Yes.
Great start from the Italian.
It's step 1 to securing a shoot-off. He is not having it. He wants to make sure that he doesn't have to shoot another arrow after this.
You can just see
No, die.
background on field of play. Look closely behind archers. You'll see Kim in the background. He's looking on to see if his teammate Lee can make it through. Another 10. And now Nespoli really has to nail this one into the 10. Gets a 9. So now a big chance. An 8 will be enough to draw level on the points in this set, and that's all Lee Woo-seok needs. Oh, but it's a perfect finish. 10 out of 10 in the last arrow, and the previous 2 gives him 30 points and a 7-3 win over Mauro Nespoli. Lee Woo-seok is through to the semi-finals, where he'll face Brady Ellison, and what a tremendous performance in the final set to see it out. It's confirmation that he has won that match. Well, Nespoli put up a brave fight. He got a lot of 10s.
There you go.
Here is a look back at what happened. Slow and steady salute from Lee Woo-seok.
And there you see Mauro's hand going away from his face. But some typical Italian hand gestures after his end.
Well, brilliant shot here. I think this is the first arrow of the last set. Absolutely superb stuff. And Lee Woo-seok is through. Not before a handshake with Mauro Nespoli, with a bit of mutual respect between these two high flyers of the sport. So the 4 quarterfinals have been concluded already, so we're going to move on to the semi-finals now straight away. Our first matchup will be Kim Woojin and Taylor Worth. Let's have a look at how they got here. A little refresher. We see the 4 quarterfinals are already complete, and we're starting at the bottom of the draw with Kim Woojin and Taylor Worth. Let's see which one of them is going to go on and shoot for gold later on today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the first Recurve men's semi-final match.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik erkekler yarı finalin ilk maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, Olympic team bronze medalist, representing Australia.
1 numaralı hedef, 2016 Olimpiyat takım üçüncüsü Avustralya'dan
Taylor Worth. On target number 2, his opponent, the actual World Cup final champion from Rome 2017, representing the Republic of Korea.
rakibi 2 numaralı hedef, 2017 Dünya Kupası finalist şampiyonu Kore'den
Kim Woojin.
Okay, Kim, you'll be shooting first. Worth, you're shooting second. Are you both ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get started. Target 2, shooting first. Range is clear. Begin the match.
Well, here we go. Last year's champion Kim Woojin and the second seed on target 2 will shoot first in the semi-final against Australian Taylor Worth. This is the start. It's Recurve semi-finals.
Good shot 10, beautiful.
Taylor still seems as unfazed as before. Just draws back his bow and releases. There's nothing much else that he's doing.
Extra.
Good shot 10. 0.9.
끝까지 아빠. 와.
Well, 29, pressure on for Taylor Worth already. Needs a 10, otherwise it'll be 2-0 to Kim, and it's not enough. It is a 9. 28 out of 30 is a pretty good score. But Kim Woojin has got 29 and the first 2 set points. Kim Woojin is known on the circuit for calmness. Started with a 9, what's his sighter again, and those are his 2 10s.
You'll shoot first.
Yeah, and Kim Woojin, in all fairness,
Kim,
is
you'll
just one
shoot
of
second.
the best archers ever in the recurve men's discipline. So to shoot a match against him, you know that you'll always have to bring the best
Target 1 is
that you
shooting
have.
first.
And
Range
I'm sure
clear.
Taylor knows that, and I'm sure he's trying. But if I know him correctly, he's also just trying to make his own shots and not caring too much about what the match is, and just doing his own thing.
Good shot 10, beautiful.
There you go. He manages to get the 10.
끝까지 우진아 끝까지. 끝까지. 좋아.
Good shot, sensible.
Phenomenal stuff.
Yeah, this is great.
Well, that snuck out into a 9, only just.
Yeah, Kim has 2 9s, but they're less than a centimeter from the 10, so he's not doing
Good
bad
shot,
shots.
beautiful.
Well, a perfect 30 for Taylor Worth.
But walks off the line with a lot of confidence.
He's put this one out of reach. He's going to level this one up. Kim Woojin will want a good finish to the set, though. And it was lovely. Another one right next to a previous arrow. Kim Woojin got a 29. Taylor Worth, though, a perfect 30. And what a response after the first set.
I don't think that Kim Woojin is worried all that much. He has 6 shots that are pretty much the size of the 10 ring, just out of the 10 ring. He has 2 9s.
Well, here we see Taylor Worth's final 10 there,
Just
having already
maintain
put
good
2 into the 10.
Alright, that's good
He
practice.
completes his perfect score.
Okay, shooting first. And Worth, you're shooting second. Target 2, shooting first. The range is clear. Shoot.
So here we go. Set 3. The first men's semi-final on Recurve Sunday here in Samsun.
another 9. This one is a bit further out, but as Chang Hyun picks her nose in front of the camera.
Good shot, 10.
Little play with the camera.
High
She
10,
knew
beautiful.
that was on her. Another 10 for Taylor Worth, though.
좋아.
Great grouping by Kim. Really has nothing to do about this. He just needs to continue shooting like this. And,
Good
hope
shot.
that Taylor shoots a 9 every once in a while, so this one will give him some breathing
Great
room.
close.
Kim almost takes no time at all to go from not pulled back to completely pulled back. And if you compare that to Taylor, he is much slower in pulling back and much more controlled. Maybe not more controlled, but in a different way. So you can see, well, not quite this shot because we didn't have the camera on him, but from not pulling back his bow to completely pulling back his bow, there's a lot more time.
Yeah, but you maintain very well.
Well, Taylor Worth getting another couple of 10s, one at the beginning and one at the end, separated by a 9 in the middle, and it was enough there
That's good. Always.
to steal the points in that set. And here are all of Taylor Worth's arrows.
Yeah, so Taylor didn't have a bad group at all either. He has that one on the left top in the 9, but for the rest they're all really, really close. And well, it's a 9 still. The worst arrow he shot is still a pretty decent 9.
We're zoomed right in on the center of the target. It doesn't quite tell the whole story about just how good all of those arrows are. But he should be happy. And one thing I've certainly noticed is that Kim Woojin, and often with the Korean male athletes, they're so focused. They tend not to show any emotion at all. We're not seeing much from Taylor Worth here either.
No, but that's also, I don't think I've ever seen a lot of emotion on a finals venue from Taylor, and then either like while shooting a final, so also just on the qualification field. It's, yeah, he's really good at zoning out and just doing his own thing. And I think that's also one of the reasons he's such a great archer.
Kim here starting with a 10. He's fighting to stay in this tournament here. Defending champion and number 2 seed. He's up against a gritty Australian who is really on form here. Perhaps this is getting to Kim Woojin.
It's all right.
First 8.
He also jumped
A
right.
very, very surprised face of Taylor. He definitely didn't expect that to go out of the gold, let alone be an 8.
Woojin with an opportunity, but the seconds counting away there.
Yeah, he knew by the time he released that that was not going in the 10. So,
but he's done enough here to force Taylor Worth into getting a 10 to draw level. And it's another 8. So Kim Woojin, well, I don't want to say he's been gifted the 2 set points there. He took an opportunity when it was presented to him, and Taylor Worth showing the first signs of a wobble here in the semi-final.
I'd be interested in seeing the difference between his first and his third shot, because I feel like there was a bit of a difference in release of Taylor Worth.
Well, we're going to get to see both of the 8s, I think.
Yeah, so that one was still okay, but the second 80 shot, the release was not. Yeah, I don't know. It seemed as it was a bit slower or something, but Taylor sure doesn't know, as it seems.
Yeah, it does look certainly like a. Not sure at all what happened there, but 2 in a row.
Okay, we're a tied score. Kim, you will shoot
It's
first.
gifted Kim a couple of points here, and Kim's right back in the match. So we go into the final regulation set with the 2 athletes tied on score. Talk about drama here for a semi-final match.
And we get a good shot at Chris Schaaf, the winner of yesterday's compound World Cup final. So he's still enjoying some good archery.
끝까지. 좋아!
Well, 3 arrows each to settle this one.
And what a great way to start.
Good shot, Tyler. Beautiful.
And what a brilliant response from the Australian.
That was a bit of a longer shot, but yeah, I think Kim would be amongst one of the few archers in the world who would feel a difference between a 10 on the right and a 10 that's on the left or in the middle. There's not many people who can say that, I think.
Well, he's taken a big, deep breath there because he could be on for a perfect score to put the pressure on Worth. He has got a perfect 30
and he
out
was
of
really,
30.
really happy with that.
Fist bump with the coach. A 10 required for the shoot-off. And he's dropped that into the 8 again. And Kim Woojin, well, he didn't have it all his own way, but 3 8s in the end from the Australian Taylor Worth, who otherwise shot so well. Did it for him, and Kim Woojin will go on to compete and contest the gold medal a little bit later on. We will see Taylor Worth again, of course, in the bronze medal match, but confirmation there that Kim Woojin has made it through. He's still in with a shout of defending the title he won last year.
Taylor Worth, thank you for a great match. We see you later for the 3rd place.
Well, like I said, he didn't have it his own way there, Kim Woojin, but the crowd warmly applaud him, and his teammates looking on. Oh, the contingent from Korea as we look back across the match. It's a brilliant shot. I always love seeing that one with the arrow traveling all the way down to the target.
It's a brilliant shot, camera-wise, but also archery-wise.
Yeah, you get everything in that one. The couple of 10s there earlier on. The perfect score from Taylor Worth. Let's face it, he shot brilliantly throughout, and it was just 3 arrows dropping into the 8 that did it for him. And Kim Woojin progressed to the gold medal match. And there was a double bow celebration from Kim Woojin. Well, he's into the gold medal match. Taylor Worth drops into the bronze medal match, so still in with a shout of getting a medal here in Samsun. And we're going to find out now who he's going to face. Will it be his teammate, Lee Woo-suk, who's ranked first, he's the first seed here, or will it be Brady Ellison of the United States of America, who's ranked 6th for the competition? I think the athletes are ready to come out. There they are. Let's welcome them onto the finals range here in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the 2nd Recurve Men's semi-final match.
Bayanlar, baylar, klasik erkekler yarı finalin 2. maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, the 4 times Archery World Cup final winner, representing the United States of America.
1 numaralı hedef, 4 kez Dünya Kupası finallerinde şampiyon olan Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'nden
Brady Ellison. And his competitor, the Olympic Youth Champion, on target 2, representing the Republic of Korea.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef, 2014 Gençlik Olimpiyat Şampiyonu, Kore'den
Lee Woo-suk.
First,
shooting first. Ellison, you're shooting second. Lee is shooting first on target 2. The range is clear. Athletes are ready. Begin the match.
Well, here we go. The second semi-final here in Samsun in the Recurve men's event. It's Lee Woo-suk of Korea, the top seed for the tournament, going up against Brady Ellison, the 6th seed from the United States of America. Lee Woo-suk is going to shoot first.
It's always nice to start off with a perfect score.
10. Yeah, good job.
Yeah, Brady Ellison thinks so too.
Yeah. So, no matter the result of this match, Brady will go into a classic, basically, because Kim Woojin and Brady Ellison is a classic because they're always very high-level matches. But Taylor Worth and Brady Ellison, apparently Taylor Worth has never lost to Brady Ellison, so that's going to be interesting as well. So I'm sure he wants to win, but it doesn't matter too much for the neutral spectator.
Yeah, good start from Lee Woo-suk. 29 for him.
10. 9.
And a 9 from Ellison. Well, 28 out of 30 is not bad, but a 29 is better. And of course, Lee Woo-suk takes the first 2 set points. And Chef, as you were saying, so it's going to be a repeat of last year's final if Ellison goes through to face Kim.
Sure is.
And we look back at Lee Woo-suk, who is looking to emulate his slightly older teammate. And at the moment, a couple of 10s and a 9 in the first set, and he's looking good. So it could be an all-Korean final. Also, will be very interesting indeed.
Lee will shoot second. Okay.
But,
are we ready? Ready?
I'm sure Brady Ellison wants it to be a repeat of the 2017 final in Rome, because he'll want to seek his revenge. Kim Woojin won that one. He trails here, the American. Lee Woo-suk is looking very good indeed.
Yeah, there it is. Good job.
There's a contrast in techniques again, where Lee Woo-suk is very upright Korean style, of course, because he is Korean, so that might have something to do with it. Brady goes more towards the American style, which is also logical, but he is trained by Ki-sik Lee, former Korean coach, but he designed a new or a different sort of technique. And I think in America they have, it's called the National Training System or something. And it's more based on using your exoskeletal muscles and making sure that all muscles you use are as relaxed as possible in the shot, I think.
Well, it's working for Brady Ellison, a perfect 30 there, and put it out of reach this set for Lee Woo-suk, who can only get 29, and only if he shoots a 10. He does shoot a 10, so 2 29s in a row. One was enough to take the 2 set points. Brady Ellison said, right, well, if you're going to shoot 29s, I better shoot 30s, and he's leveled things up. Here are the 3 10s from Brady Ellison. Staying very calm and very relaxed. And there is Brady Ellison from Chula Vista, California. Qualified as a ranked athlete, 6th in the world after the World Cup stages. Lee Woo-suk. Well, he has form for winning in Turkey because he won the series stage in Antalya. earlier on in the season. Everything's level, so we'll go back to Lee Woo-suk shooting first. Set 3 of semi-final number 2 here in Samsun. Well, you can't get much closer to the centre than that.
Yeah. His arrow travels 214 kilometers an hour, according to the sensors we have on the field.
Then.
That one drops into the 9 there.
And that one also went 214 kilometers an hour. So that means that the arrow speed we've seen previously from Nespoli is really, really impressive. The 242 kilometers an hour. There's not much between these two, though.
Perfect score.
All right, yeah, there it is. Good job.
Lee.
He steered it into the middle.
Brady Ellison follows up his 9 with a 10. Can Lee get a perfect score? Oh, not only does he get a perfect score, but it's absolutely brilliant in terms of how close the arrows are to each other. Out of reach for Ellison.
10, 9.
And he follows up with a 9. It matters not. The points have already gone to Lee Woo-suk. He leads 4-2 after 3 sets. Brady Ellison still looking relaxed, still looking calm. Doesn't want to let it get to him.
Well, I'm not sure how many of these World Cups he's done, but I think a lot more than the average archer here. And yeah, well, his experience probably helps with not
well,
being
here
nervous.
we've got a comparison of all the arrows from both of the athletes.
Yeah, Lee Woo-suk has an incredible group. It's really, really compact. Brady Ellison's group is a bit more widespread, but there's not much to say about that either.
Right, well, here are the 10s that we saw from Lee Woo-suk. I've got a lot to say about this because not only are they in the 10, but they're all in a line really close to each other.
Yeah, so the first and the second were already close to each other, and he decided to put the third one in between.
Split them. Yeah, brilliant stuff. And to be honest, they saw, looking down onto the field of play, a little bit of a reaction from him there. He was very happy with that. Well, who can blame him? He leads 4-2. We move into set 4. Brady Ellison from the United States of America. 3 arrows to keep himself in this match.
10. Yeah.
Good start.
I know that his wife is counting down, but it also sort of seems that she's calling out the arrows before they even land, because it's been a couple times that she only said 10 and then he shot.
Wow.
The arrow hit the 10.
Well, there's a man that's getting used to hitting the 10. That's his 6th 10 in a row.
10, 9.
Maybe there's something to it. She got the 9 now, and then he shot a 9. So maybe you should just release when she says that.
She should just go 10, 10, 10, 10. No. Wow! Oh, look, he has found the middle of this target, Lee Woo-suk.
Yeah, all joking aside, he really needs to shoot a 10 here if he wants to stay in this competition.
9.
It's a 9, so a 28, and a 9 will be enough to win it, and he's hit 7 10s in a row. Just as I say that, the wind picks up. Wow! Oh, and it's a 10-9 border. It looks like it's gone for a 9. It's enough. And Lee Woo-suk affords himself a smile with his coach, because he's going to go into the gold medal match against his teammate Kim Woojin. An all-Korean final here in Samsun in the Recurve men's event. And what a high-quality match that was.
Yeah, that was great to watch.
Lee Woo-suk confirmed as the winner here of the second semi-final. Brady Ellison will, of course, go on to contest the bronze medal with Taylor Worth. He will have another shot at another medal in the Hyundai Archery World Cup final. But it's Lee Woo-suk who won the Battle of the Wills in the second semi-final. And here we look back at the highlights of that match.
Yeah, the great technique of the Seok.
Yeah.
And also there's a great technique going on with Brady Ellison. It's just a different style.
Different style, and he shot remarkably well. 328s and 1 perfect score. But it wasn't enough when your opponent shoots 329s and a perfect score. Seok is going through to the final against his teammate. And clearly see mutual respect between the two athletes, despite the disappointment on Brady Ellison's face. So, semi-finals done. So we've only got 2 matches left here in Samsun on Recurve Sunday, and we'll start with the bronze medal match in the Recurve men's event. You see the wind just blowing gently there. The flags are slowly and consistently blowing. As we just have a recap of where we've got to. The semi-final at the top, we just saw Seok going through 6-2 over Brady Ellison. So Brady Ellison falls into the bronze medal match, where he'll face Taylor Worth, who lost 6-4 to Kim Woojin. So the 2 Koreans will be up a little bit later. Our next match features the Australian Taylor Worth and the American Brady Ellison. The conditions have remained dry here in Samsun. 2 more matches to go. Let's welcome the athletes for the men's bronze medal match.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve men's 3rd place match.
Bayanlar baylar klasik erkekler üçüncülük maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, the Rio Olympic bronze medalist in the team.
1 numaralı hedef.
From Australia, Taylor Worth. And his opponent, the individual bronze medalist from Rio 2016, representing the United States of America.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef. 2016 bireysel olimpiyat üçüncüsü Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'nden
Brady Ellison.
Okay, so you ready? Let's go. So, Ellison, you're shooting first. Worth, you're shooting second. You're both ready. We'll get started. Worth, you ready? Okay, target 2 is shooting first. The range is clear. We'll begin the match.
Well, here we go. The bronze medal is up for grabs. One of these 2 is going to take it. Brady Ellison of the USA, last year's silver medalist. On target 2 on your right. He'll shoot first, and he's up against the Australian Taylor Worth.
Yeah, good job.
He's dedicated, as it seems. Well, he did shoot really well in the previous match.
Good shot,
He was just topped by the Seok.
Both these athletes having to recover from semi-final losses against 2 incredible Korean athletes. I've got to say, you have already said they both shot very well.
Yeah, exactly.
In the semi-finals.
Good shot, beautiful.
They just continue doing so. 4 10s in a row by these 2 archers.
Shooting quickly as well.
10, 9, 8.
Until now.
Yes, good job.
Perfect score to start things off
Good job there.
for Brady Ellison. But Taylor Worth can match him.
Good shot, 10, beautiful.
It is a 10, and they share the set points in the first set, and a perfect score from both athletes. Amazing stuff there. 6 10s, I think that's the first time we've seen that today in a single set.
Yeah.
Both athletes shooting a perfect score. And we look back at the arrows in that first set.
Yeah.
What can you say?
What can you say? 6 perfect shots.
I mean, anything you just say, Brady Ellison's a slightly tighter, maybe, as a group?
Yeah, you could say that, but on the other hand, yeah.
We're talking millimeters
exactly,
rather than centimeters even. Just 6 great arrows. Well
exactly,
done.
yeah.
The range is clear. Shoot.
We go straight into set 2, obviously. The score's tied level. So Brady Ellison will shoot first. Playing with his sight there just before shooting.
It might be that he wasn't too happy with his grouping after all, or with the position of his group.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Yeah, good job.
Well, he's on the other side of the 10 ring now, so maybe he did something, but well, I think he's doing well. Yeah.
Well, the first 9 of the match.
It was visible that he didn't go off in the middle.
Starting to move
10,
around a little bit. You can
9.
see the t-shirt there, or the shirt.
Yeah,
of Brady Ellison
good job.
fluttering in the wind. Didn't seem to affect his shot though.
Left out, very
It's another 8 that he doesn't really expect.
They're both in the same place though. They move. Will he change his side?
10.
Perhaps?
Right.
It's another 10, but it's definitely enough for this set.
Yeah, more than enough. 2 set points will go to the American.
Good shot, Tyler.
Whatever Taylor Worth did to adjust for his 3rd arrow, it went into the 10. The 27 out of 30 isn't bad at all, especially when you consider where the first 2 arrows went. Brady Ellison, though, remaining very calm. And he can afford to remain calm when he's shooting this well. That was the first 10.
Yeah, the second one was a bit more steered. You can see that he did a bit of Bo Kwando to get the arrow in the middle.
Bo Kwando, I do like that term. A little smile on his face as he approaches the shooting line.
Yeah, I'm sure he's at a stage in his career where he can also just enjoy the fact that he's shooting at another finals venue and not put too much pressure on himself.
Yeah, 4 gold medals.
Well, he has almost everything at the moment.
4 gold medals at this event. 2016 Lausanne, 2014 Istanbul, 2011 and Edinburgh, 2010. I'm pretty sure this man here, Taylor Worth,
Good shot, 10, beautiful.
just as badly.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Really good group by Brady. That 1-9 is not far out, and the rest is, yeah, it's great.
7K.
And Taylor isn't shooting badly either.
Well, it's the first one that strayed into the 8.
Yeah, he wasn't too. I don't think he expected it to go into the 8, but it wasn't the best shot for how it looked. Then again, last time he had a shot that looked similar, and he steered it into the 10. So,
well, he's going to need a 10 here to share the set points. Anything less,
Yes,
it will be Taylor Worth's set, but he does just enough. Corrects the error. Well, in inverted commas, the error corrects the 8 that he scored in his second arrow, and splits the points in the 3rd set. Here is that 8, just pulled it to the left and down a bit, but the recovery is what's impressive for me, Chef.
Yeah, that's. I think that's experience speaking here.
Yeah, because along with his 4 gold medals at this event, he's got 2 silver medals last year and then in Tokyo in 2012. And he's also got a bronze from the event in Paris in 2013.
Yeah, and he has a team silver in London 2012 and in Rio 2016. And he has got a silver or a bronze individual in Rio 2016.
Yeah, but he's up against an archer who got a team bronze in Rio in Taylor Worth.
Very
It's
true.
High quality lineup for the bronze medal here.
Yeah, I'm not trying to talk down Taylor. I'm just saying that Brady has a lot of accomplishments on this list.
Quite right. He has. Taylor Worth, a couple of years younger than him.
Good shot. 9 lower.
Got that bronze in the team event in Rio.
Yeah, good shot. Good shot.
Looked like a good strong shot. Just went a bit high.
Good shot. 10. It's beautiful. One more try, Tyler.
Australia applies the pressure.
All right.
That's a bit odd. I think he expected that to be better, and so did I, frankly.
Taylor Worth can put this
Good
out
shot,
of reach. He
beautiful.
does
Sensible.
with a 10, and that means he will draw level on set points here. And after a brilliant first 2 sets, certainly, this just opened the door for Taylor Worth. Finishes with a 10 by the looks of things. It's marked as a 9. It doesn't really matter. It does have a measure going on now to it, so they will go and check that. But Taylor Worth,
but you see, but the alley is
he's drawn level. As we look back at his arrows, just pulls that one away, but it falls into the 10, and he follows it up with another 10.
Yeah, sometimes you'll have to do whatever it takes to get the arrow into the 10, even though it might not look pretty.
So just you're feeling you finish it.
Well, the targets
one more try,
have
Tyler.
been cleared, or just about to be cleared. And what's going to happen to that 9 for Ellison? Will it get marked up? It does. Confirmed
You
there.
got it.
It doesn't make any difference to the set points. We will go
Brady,
into
you'll
set
shoot
5
first.
with both the athletes
Second.
on level points.
Target 2, shoot it first. The range is
Whoever
clear.
scores
Shoot.
more over the next 6 arrows, 3 apiece, will take the bronze medal here in Samsun. If it's level, we'll have a shoot off.
I love me a shoot off. The wind has slightly picked up now.
10. All right, low 9.
Good shot, Tyler. Beautiful. Select.
Great angle of Brady's technique from above.
10.
Low 9, one high 9. Taylor Worth can exert some real pressure here with another 10.
Good shot. Sensible.
It isn't a 10, but it's very, very close.
Low a little bit.
So all Brady can really do here is shoot a 10 and hope that Taylor doesn't. So that's step 1.
Well, pressure applied. A 9 will mean a shoot off. A 10 will win it. Anything less than a 9. And the bronze goes to Ellison. And it is a 9. And they have scored 28 apiece out of 30 each in the 5th set. They were tied on 4 set points each. They'll go to 5 set points each, and we go to a shoot-off. Well, you love a shoot-off, as you said, Chef. Just briefly explain how the shoot-off works.
So both archers will shoot 1 arrow. We'll see who is closest to the center. Unless they both shoot a 10. If they both shoot a 10, they have to do a reshoot and then see who is closest to center. And we've seen a lot of 10s, so maybe we'll see a reshoot even.
Yeah, well, two 10s means we'll shoot another arrow. Anything outside a 10 is closest one to the center. They're just replacing the target as we look back at that beautiful 10. The last arrows of the last set, very strong from Ellison. The pressure applied enough to force Worth into shooting a 9, which brings us to the shoot-off.
And then probably the last arrow Taylor shot is probably the ugliest arrow I've seen of him today.
Yeah, what pressure does to you, hey?
Yeah, I guess so.
And we see the officials down at the 70 meters down the end from the athletes line, or the shooting line. The brand new targets applied for a shoot-off, so that they're not marked at all in case there's a measure. Know exactly where the arrows are, and that the target is perfectly flat against its backing. And we've also got the target judge down there making sure that everything's right, and the official just calibrating the targets for the scoring system. Taylor Worth staring down the range, visualizing hitting the center of the target. Brady Ellison in the shoot-off for the bronze medal here.
10, 9. Yes,
10 from him. So Taylor Worth, shooting second, has to shoot a 10 to stay in this. Oh, it's gone into the 9. And it's another Archery World Cup final medal for Brady Ellison in an incredibly high quality match. Brady Ellison just beats a gritty Taylor Worth. The heart has to go out to the Aussie, who's performed brilliantly here today. And he's so gracious in defeat, shaking the hand of both Ellison and his coach, who is his wife. Having lost out on a medal, the Australian showed true sporting spirit. But it's Brady Ellison from the USA who gets the bronze medal in Samsun. Well, handshakes from the crowd as well, high fives from the kids. Good stuff there from Brady Ellison, acknowledging a pretty packed out crowd here.
Yes, certainly.
And they've been enjoying some very high quality archery. As we look back on that bronze medal match, like I say, I feel for Taylor Worth here, Chef. He didn't do bad at all.
No, not at all. He had that 1-8, and I think for the rest he was pretty much impeccable. But sometimes you'll get an arrow that you don't expect, and in this case Brady was able to use that for his advantage.
9. Yes, yes.
Good shot, beautiful.
Well, brilliant performance. Brady Ellison will be on the podium a little later. Well, thumbs up there from Brady Ellison, and thumbs up here from both of us in the commentary position. A high quality bronze medal match. So one more match left here in Samsun, and guess what, Chef? We're going for gold in the Recurve men's event. And well, let's have a look back at Kim Woojin, who won this event last year, because he's going to defend his title.
Have a look at the screen. Kim
Well,
Woojin.
2017 was a good year for this man.
Yeah, it was indeed. I was there, and it was unbelievable how good he shot.
Yeah, beating Brady Ellison in the final, and here he's going to go again to defend his title. But this time he's up against his teammate Lee Woo-Suk. Let's see how they got here. Kim coming through the bottom of the draw, beating Via, and then Worth. Lee beating Nespoli, and then Ellison. So here we go. The athletes are ready to go. It's Korea versus Korea for gold in Samsun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the field for the Recurve men's gold medal match.
Bayanlar baylar klasik, erkekler şampiyonluk maçında yarışacak sporcuları sahaya davet ediyoruz.
On target number 1, the defending champion and number 3 in the world, representing the Republic of Korea.
Bir numaralı hedef 2017 final şampiyonu Kore'den
Kim Woojin. On target number 2, his opponent, the number 2 in the world, representing the Republic of Korea.
Rakibi 2 numaralı hedef. Dünya sıralamasında 2. durumda olan Kore'den
Seok.
Okay, Lee, you will shoot first. Kim, you will shoot second. Judgment, are you both ready? Are you ready? Hey, target 2 is shooting first. The range is clear. Begin the match.
Well, here we go. It's Lee Woo-seok on target 2 from Korea up against his teammate Kim Woojin. On target 1, Lee Woo-seok is shooting first. I fancy this to be a quick gold medal match, and we start with a 10 from Lee.
And this is a repeat of the final of the World Cup in Antalya, where they also squared off against each other in the gold medal match of the World Cup.
Yep, and that day it was Lee Woo-seok who made it through to the gold medal at the top of the podium. Well, close grouping for those 2 arrows from Lee, but that one just dropped into the 9.
This is probably going to be a very high-level match with these 2 world-class archers. It was a long shot, but he gets it pretty much dead center.
Well, 2 10s to start things off for the defending champion.
That's just out as well, but he knew that. He shook his head after the shot.
Well, an 8 will share the points. Anything more, and Kim will get off to a good start. He gets a 9. He didn't look happy with that. Did you see that face there?
Yeah, no.
He didn't look happy with that at all. Look, you just scored the first 2 set points straight away. What, in about 75 seconds, I reckon, something like that?
Yeah, but I think at his level of archery, you know everything that might go wrong, and you feel everything that goes wrong. And, yeah, that's going to be difficult to cope with sometimes.
Yeah, well, we see the arrows there, the first 2 going bang into the 10. And then look, this isn't that bad, it's not that far away. But he's not happy with it.
Yeah, he knew that it was going to go to the right because he corrected it, but yeah, you can see this, the face says a lot.
It does indeed, but and for once from these Koreans we're seeing a bit of reaction on the finals range, and a little wry smile, you have to say, from Kim in the end. Defending champion is 2 set points up. This could be over very quickly if it carries on this way, but like you say, expecting some high quality archery from both of these athletes.
He is the defending champion, but last year Lee Woo-seok didn't compete. This is different.
What did you refer to that as earlier on? A whoops.
Yeah.
Well, I'm afraid we've seen it happen before at this level. A little hiccup like that usually means it's curtains, certainly for the set.
Especially against previous world champion and World Cup champion. There's only 1 point between them, so if Lee Woo-seok shoots 10 here, he still gets a shot at least getting a point.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to win this set, especially not with a 9. I don't reckon Kim Woojin is going to shoot an 8.
Well, an 8 would tie things up. Anything better will get Kim Woojin another 2 set points.
It's a bit long, but...
Well, it's a 9. 28 is enough. And he's, again, sort of a nervy smile from him, and goes settle straight back down as he talks to his coach.
Apparently
Retrieves the arrow.
apparently he's been saying to people on the practice field that he's not in top shape. But if he's not in top shape, what are the others? The other archers at this event?
Yeah, well, not being in top shape must be really annoying for everybody else because he's looking very good here. Here's a comparison of the arrows so far.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing, but yeah, that 1-8 really stands out from Lee Woo-suk. But the rest looks decent. I wouldn't say good because I know they can do a lot better.
Yeah, well, 4-0 to Kim, but as we know, these things can turn around very quickly.
Okay, the range is clear.
Lee
Target
Woo-suk
2
needs
is
to
shooting
maintain
first.
his composure.
Shoot.
And because he's trailing, he shoots first, and if he can land these into the 10s, he puts the pressure on Kim Woojin.
He has shot 30s before in this tournament, so he might well do that now.
Process of the draw exactly the same as always. Sneaking into the 9.
A little bit of a head shake there.
Solid stuff from Kim. And a good reaction from Lee Woo-suk. Puts his second arrow into the center of the target.
Oh yeah, there was a bit of a hiccup there. I don't know, like I was too zoomed out to exactly see what was going on, but you could see that there was a bit of a stumble there in the shot.
A wobble. Door opens. 9 from Lee. Now a 10 is what's required from Kim to draw level on points. It means he can't win the match here, but he could share the points, but he needs a 10 now for that to happen. Oh, now will that go to a measure? It's been marked as a 10 at the moment. Just wait for double confirmation on that, because I think they are going to go down and have a look at this one.
10, 9, 28, 28, 5-1, okay.
So the judge says 5-1, so I suppose that's unofficial confirmation.
Well, the score never changed, did it? It did remain as a 10,
yeah,
but I think it was challenged by Lee. And here is the 8 from Kim Woojin. Very uncharacteristic. We saw one from Lee earlier, but the recovery just as impressive as Lee's. Just brushing the 9, according to the target judge. So Lee Woo-suk gets off the mark with a single set point. Kim with that 10 was able to share the points with him. We go into the 4th set. No margin for error now for Lee.
That's a 10. Kim Woojin won the World Championships in 2015 against Rick van der Ven in the final, and Rick was behind and had to shoot first. He shot a 30. And Kim matched it with a 30 to get the last point he needed to win the World Cup or the World Championship. So even a 30 doesn't always put you safe against Kim Woojin. But it does now, so.
It's a good recovery from Lee Woo-suk here in the 4th set. 2 10s in a row.
So he needs a 10 here.
10 will do it. We'll get 2 set points. And it is a 10. Great stuff from Lee Woo-suk. He must have been feeling the pressure here, especially against his teammate. Kim Woojin can only get 29, and that's if he scores a 10, which of course he does because they're both brilliant archers. But Lee Woo-suk gets his first 2 set points by winning the first set for him anyway to close the gap to 5-3. He's got to do the same again. in the next set. Let's see just how he did it. When all the pressure is on, this young Korean at 21 years old was able to pull a perfect 30 out of the bag. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Oh, look, a smile on his face.
Cheeky little smile.
3 points.
You don't often see that from either the Koreans, and both of them have smiled in this gold medal match.
I suppose it's different for them now, since they're shooting against each other as well. Might feel more like a national competition now.
They've just come to Turkey for it. Well, still behind, Lee Woo-seok will shoot first. Can he repeat what he did in set 4?
The wind picks up a little. Doesn't matter.
Another 10.
Arrow speed doesn't differ too much, 215 kilometers an hour, so still pretty similar to what we've seen before.
Well, another 10 from Kim Woojin. And a 214. So just 1 kilometer an hour.
Yeah.
Like
so Mauro Nespoli is pretty much the only one who is higher than that in this competition.
Yep. Going up into the 240s, but there a 9 from Lee. Well, can Kim capitalise and get a 10 here? He does. Another 10 from Kim Woojin.
So he must be thinking, if my next arrow is a 9 at most, I'm gonna get another World Cup final.
Well, let's see what Lee shoots first. He wants it to be a 10, it's a 9. An 8 is enough for Kim Woojin to defend the title he won last year in Rome. Can he do it again in Samsun?
Yes.
Oh, it's absolutely brilliant stuff. The winner of last year's title, Kim Woojin. Well, he shot so brilliantly there. He wins the gold medal again in Samsun, and a big hug from his teammate Lee Woo-seok. He shot exceptionally well, throwing in a perfect 30, but there's the man of the hour, Kim Woojin, champion in Samsun. Oh, brilliant stuff there. Chef, we said it was going to be high quality, and it certainly was high quality, but both archers threw in a surprise arrow each in that final.
Yeah, I suppose it can always happen to anyone to shoot one arrow that's not up to your normal par.
Well, this crowd here have been blessed with some very high quality archery over this weekend here in Samsun. Let's have a look back on how Kim Woojin took the title for the 2nd year in a row. In fact, it's his 3rd title of this event. Lee Woo-seok, though, he fought back hard and he shot exceptionally well. But it was this man here, Kim Woojin, took out his teammate Lee Woo-seok after that perfect 30 in set 4. Kim Woojin is the champion of Samsun 2018. A bit of banter there between the two Koreans at the end. At confirmation of the final event rankings, Kim Woojin sits at the top, just ahead of teammate Lee Woo-seok, and Brady Ellison came through a high-quality bronze medal match over Taylor Worth of Australia. But it's two Koreans on the top of the podium. And they will be on top of the podium here. The last action will be coming up very soon. And the medals are about to be awarded here in Samsun for the last time, the last action of the season. Let's welcome the athletes back out onto the field of play.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the Recurve men.
Bayanlar baylar, klasik yay erkekler ödül töreni.
Trophy and checks will be presented by World Archery Executive Board member.
Kupa ve ödül çeklerini Dünya Okçuluk Federasyonu Yönetim Kurulu üyesi verecek.
Mr. Greg Easton. The Longines watch will be presented by Longines International Advertising Manager.
Longines özel ödülü Longines Uluslararası Reklam Menajeri verecek.
Samuel Gela. Third place representing the United States of America.
Üçüncü, Amerika Birleşik Devletleri'nden
Brady, Ellison. Second place, representing the Republic of Korea.
İkinci, Kore'den
Seok.
Congratulations. Thank you.
First place, representing the Republic of Korea.
Ve birinci, Kore'den
Woojin.
Good shooting, huh? Thank you. Yeah. There you go. I think I've got something else for you. There you go. Got it? Congratulations. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the national anthem of the Republic of Korea.
Bayanlar baylar, lütfen Kore Ulusal Marşı için ayağa kalkalım.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athletes.
Bayanlar baylar, sporcuları tebrik ediyor ve onları alkışlıyoruz.
Well, back-to-back wins for Kim Woojin, this time beating teammate Lee Seok into the silver medal position. Brady Ellison gets another Hyundai Archery World Cup medal in bronze place. And here is how it all panned out at the final, going to Kim Woojin. 7-3 in the end. Brady Ellison beating Taylor Worth in the bronze medal match. 6-5. Well, Chef Vandenberg, it's been brilliant having you here. What's your highlight from the action here this afternoon?
My highlight from this was probably the shoot-off between Brady and Taylor, and the match behind it, because I love myself a shoot-off.
Yeah, he does indeed. The wise words of Chef Vandenberg. We thank him for his incredible insight here in Samsun. I'm sure we'd love to have him back, but we'd also like to see him back out on the range. He's heading home, back onto the practice range. But we've got one more award to give out here in Samsun, the very last one, and it's the Longines Award for Precision.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victor ceremony for the Recurve Men Longines Prize of Precision.
Bayanlar, baylar, klasik ve erkekler Longines özel ödülü ödül töreni.
The Longines Prize of Precision will be presented by Longines International Advertising Manager.
Longines özel ödülünü Longines Uluslararası Reklam Menajeri verecek.
Samuel Gela. The winner of the 2018 Hyundai Archery World Cup Men's Recurve Prize Precision Prize, representing the Republic of Korea.
2018 Hyundai Okçuluk Dünya Kupası klasik erkekler kazananı Kore'den
Seok.
Congratulations. Thank you. Very well done. Nice watch. It's better. Take the check. Take it. I will help you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm round of applause to our athlete.
Bayanlar, baylar, lütfen sporcumuzu alkışlayalım.
Well, he got the silver medal in the Recurve men's event, but he'll be happy that he got the Longines Precision Award. Lee Woo-seok is the last athlete on the field of play here. It's been a brilliant season, and it's been a fantastic conclusion to the season here in Samsun, Turkey. We've been delighted by some very high quality archery, but that is it for the 2018 season. We'll see you again next in 2019.
Check us out at worldarchery.org to stay on top of all the archery news. See you next season for the 2000.